Yeah, me keep my gun tucked up, but the too fat make me neck one broke. 4 or 5 y'all and out of all black. 4 or 5 y'all and out of all black truck. Try to fuck with me, I said you out of luck. One wrong.
Hey YouTube, it's Maya J and welcome back to another Steph TV video. And long story short, y'all, I'm doing a story time, and the story time is to expose ex-friend or associate of mine and how he backdoored me and my homegirl. I can't have no story time with no receipts. So here's the screenshot right here showing that me and Richard were supposed to go to the gym around July 7th. I'll give y'all some context on this boy Richard. So we became friends in Northeast High School. It was my first year, senior year, but he'd been there since 9th. So he know everybody and all that. I didn't necessarily know him. I don't know his character. I didn't watch him on YouTube. He'd been on YouTube. He'd been a content creator. I commend him for that because he's very passionate about what he does. My only thing is, when I got to know him, my intention was to get to know him as being his friend, his homegirl, strictly. He necessarily said that out his mouth, but his actions like varied to that. Like he was upset because I didn't text him first.
So when I first seen her rap, I'm like, yo, she's sexy. I really wish she got a boyfriend. Should I have gone up to her and spoke to her? Yes, I meant to not doing that. But again, I was a little scared of rejection. Now I'm thinking like how she is now, nice, cool, calm person.
I'm already knowing what she thinking when I said, like, if I was just trying to come up to her on some type tip how she is now. She think off the rip, I don't want to talk to her just because she think I just want, you feel me? That wasn't what I was on. I was actually trying to, listen, I still got the message on my phone. I actually was trying to get to know her.
On a man. Now, I stopped talking to her because I always had to text first.
He was upset that, like, when he called me over, I wasn't pursuing him, like, how he wanted me to pursue him in, like, some type of flirtatious way. I don't know, but we kept falling in and out of friendship because of situations like that. A little bit more context, like, I say that we became close because he started opening up to me about his real life, about, like, his opinion on things and his friends and how people treat him. And I was telling him, like, you know, treat people how they treat you and stuff like that. But, like, it would go in one ear out the other, because after I would tell him that, it's like he would go and be loyal to the people who he already told me was not loyal to him, and basically like say F me. He would apologize, we would be cool again. I would tell him how he made me feel, how I didn't appreciate how he made me feel, and he would apologize. He would say it wasn't his intention, and he would try again, you know, to be a better friend. But long story short, it never went that way. So boom, me and Richard already knows, like, I'm always been interested in content creating, and I'm more so content creator on TikTok. But growing up, you know, I dabbled and dabbled with different YouTube channels. I dabbled and dabbled with gamer channels. I dabbled and dabbled with editing, everything. Like, if you know, you know. To my iPad. But I figured that it was a little strange that he didn't, like, bring it up to me, because I am a content creator. We talk to each other about it. Like, we motivate each other. That was the point of our friendship. So it was very strange to me that he didn't bring it up to me. It was him, my friend Nyla, and some other boy. And I told him, I was like, well, let the host know that I'm willing to put up money in order to talk business with them, because he was talking about putting me on a wheel in order to determine if I may or may not be on there. But I'm like, bro, if it was up to me, I'll put you on. So since you're not going to put me on, let me talk to the other business people, because I'm talking money. That same exact day I got in, and I had a conversation with the host, and we was talking and stuff like that. Now things changed because one of the hosts were being very disrespectful, and we just was like, we don't feel comfortable with bro coming. So we all decided, me, Richard, and Nyla, that it's just gonna be us three, and we was gonna figure out how we was gonna move on with the content. I did not realize that the plan was not to put money back in our pockets, because we were supposed to get the Airbnb, supply the food, supply the comfort of our company naturally, because that's just comes with my professionalism. I already figured that. But I'm thinking, I'm like, well, if we're gonna do all of that, how are we putting money back in our pockets? How are we gonna eat too? Like, Richard was basically implying, like, oh, he wanted to do this just strictly for fun, and like, I'm thinking too deep in it. Like, I think he felt like I was taking control of the situation, and I really wasn't. I just really wanted to put money in our pockets. Like, I just was looking out for us, keep it a being, like. And I'm like, the way I want to go about it, I kind of want to go all out, and that's going to be a pretty penny, and I don't want it to be ghetto. Like, I don't want people to troll us when they look back at it and be like, yo, that was mad ghetto. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started giving suggestions. I was like, for one, we should do interviews and not just, you know, spin the wheel to see who's going to be in our house, because the last situation, we didn't necessarily know that boy. And a couple conversations with him, couple of minutes in, he was already cussing us out and said he going to beat girls up. So we was like, okay, we gotta talk to these people before they come sleep in the house with us with our stuff and everything. So we did that, but at first he was like kind of knocking every idea that I threw. He was like, oh, well, I'll see, that might be too much. Oh, but when you want to do that, just in the third. So I'm just like, well, I'm not trying to take over. Like, I don't understand why it's giving you're knocking my ideas. But it eventually ended up being a good idea. When we talked to the people, we got to know who they were, their intentions, their like how we can collab, how we can network. It's real networking. So we felt good about ourselves after that, because we was excited, and so were the people who were promised to come to the content house. Now, after I said to do the interviews, we ended up doing them, but I was like, okay, we should make a Patreon. We should make a brand. We should start the clothing brand, a content house clothing brand, so that when we get there, we can already have our brand on. We could take pictures. Everybody got a camera in here. There's no reason why we can't have a photo shoot. And we was going to do a pajama night. Like, we just was brainstorming ideas. I'm not going to lie. So that first couple of 2 nights and a half, we was really brainstorming ideas. We was all super excited, and like it felt like a team. Like, a few times me and Nyla had to tell him, like, okay, like, you gotta talk to us before you just go out your way to do something, because like we're all one. Like, we gotta think together at anything. We can't have nothing coming up in between one of us, because we all have to be on the same page, right? So a few times we had to keep telling him that, and he's like, you know, I apologize. This is his words. He's like, I apologize, y'all, because, you know, I'm used to being the only one. It's usually just me and my manager, and I'm used to being the only one, you know, making decisions. And, you know, I feel like I'm a good decision maker because me and my manager have been doing this for years, and we actually have experience with this, and we actually got videos out that got mad views. So I feel like, mind you, I feel like all of that, he said all of that just to like shut us up and poop on us at the same time, because why are you comparing yourself to your business partners? Like, okay, we all have different lengths to where we go with this content and stuff, but we supposed to be putting each other on as a whole, not comparing each other and seeing who got more experience here, if you got more experience, put us on. If you got more experience with us. Like, I don't understand why you're trying to like poop on us and like make it seem like you're better than. I don't know. Like, once I started like playing around with the designs, I sent it in a group chat. I put them up on the screen, and we was like, okay, they're starting to come out looking real nice. All we gotta do is copyright them and start like making designs for our clothing brand. We was thinking about doing like a athletic brand and like some sweatshirts, mainly because like boys and girls and around the weather time and stuff like that. So boom, like me and Nyla was more so in communication when it comes to that, because like that's when we started really getting like passionate. We started sending stuff towards each other. We was really the only ones. I'm gonna show you in the group chat. We was texting each other. Richard was only like liking it or saying it looked nice. Like, he was just harder at something. He wouldn't necessarily give out his idea or say what we should change. He didn't start creating his own ideas. He didn't start like, you know, doing nothing with the brand. I'm not gonna lie, he didn't necessarily have much to do with the brand. Like, he just said yeah, he liked it. So as we were doing that and stuff like that, and as me, Nyla, and him were looking for Airbnbs, I can't say that he wasn't doing anything. I feel like he was handling with the people more, like the people who we had talked to. He was telling them stuff, he was talking to them, he was promising them stuff that he didn't necessarily tell us that he promised them. So it was just a lot of stuff that he said and promised. Now, it was a lot of things that I didn't agree with that he had said and promised to these people, because one, I'm 18, he's 18, and then Nyla is 16. So there was an exception with her age, because she was the host. She was the host, and her mom, everybody knew that she was going to be there. That was the only thing that I didn't have no problems with. Now, I didn't necessarily agree with the underage people coming, like people under the age of 18. Like, yeah, I didn't have a problem with them coming. I didn't like that they were supposed to be promised to stay the night and stuff like that, because anything could happen. Like, we're going to be held responsible because we're the host, and we got the Airbnb, and yeah, we're like the host of all this. God forbid anything happen to these young ladies or young men that we can't necessarily defend ourselves from. Like, I'm thinking about realistically, I'm thinking about law, I'm thinking about everything. So I was like, okay, boom. So if we're going to do this, since you already told them that they can come, we got to have everybody sign contracts, like their parents and stuff, to initiate that they can come. We got to talk to their parents, make sure everything is green, not just be like, okay, yeah, you can come, yeah, this, that, and third. That doesn't make no sense. It wasn't really thinking logically. So he wasn't really, it was going in one ear after the other. He's like, okay, yeah, we're going to do that. But he never went out this way to start making up the contract. And I was going to do it, but I was told myself not to do it, because I feel like it's just another way for him to get what he wants. Like, if he want to get what he wants, he got to do that. Like, I'm not gonna keep coddling him and babying him and giving him ideas, and he gonna keep saying like, yeah, like behind my back. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, that's the type of energy he got. I can show y'all in the video.
Listen, at the end of the day,
No, somebody just said, they want you for either.
yeah.
Yeah.
got a clip of him doing it, like yeah, but he really just dismissing you. So that's what he kept doing, like, and then going back behind our back saying and breathing and doing everything else. But you're gonna see, y'all gonna see. So after a while, I just started feeling like my opinion was mattering, but nobody was like, okay, Nyla, yes, she was something she would agree with, but something she wouldn't agree with. Like, it was sometimes me and Nyla would be on the same page, and sometimes her and Richard would be on the same page. So it was often, on majority of the time, we was not on the same page as much as often as I would want us to be. So it just started becoming too much for me, like, and I would always talk to my mom about it. I was so passionate about it, it was starting to actually bother me and stuff like that. I was starting to get discouraged and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, I feel like his intention is for me to get discouraged and quit and not go. But I was like, you know what, if it's becoming too much for me to go, I'm thinking about not going. Like, there's no, I don't take rejection as anything other than protection anymore. Like, I feel like it was a reason why it just was becoming too much for me to go, because now I know that it was a lot of he says, she says about him, about me, coming from a person I also respect as my friend, to are respected with my information. Like, it's a lot of things that I could say about him that I just won't, because of the loyalty that I have now, or just the type of person I am. I realize that he don't have no loyalty towards me, so like now I know how to move. But other than that, I'm glad I didn't go, because I know I would have had a lot of enemies that I don't even know. On July 10th, I'm gonna show y'all, we had came up with this food list, or a food ingredient list, because we were also supposed to be having a cook-off. Like, these are some of the things that we had came up together with, and we were supposed to actually do. So we was like trying to budget and stuff like that. But this just shows the depth that we was really thinking of. I'm just showing y'all how far we really went. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that Richard had anything to do with the budgeting or have anything to do with the ingredients list. Like, he kind of was just hearsay, like on the phone responding. He didn't go in his notes and do the work. So Nyla created the Instagram account, the Content House Instagram account, and this was July 11th. We all logged in and put our information on there, like our face, our Instagram, our YouTube, our TikTok. Very smart. So all we really did was just sign in. Nyla did all the work on that. Every night, like each night since it started, we've been on FaceTime talking about it and trying to figure out, like, make sure we were on the same page. Now, I thought we was on the same page, but July 12th is when I realized we weren't, because he put in the notes, Richard put in the notes, the girls and the boys were supposed to be coming, which was the plan at one point, right? I think that same night we was on the phone, like, things just started changing. I feel like he just started abusing his authority. Like, y'all know how y'all in school and the teachers are just using like their authority to their biggest advantage, not necessarily having to do what they do, but they just doing it to just feel like they got the authority. He basically was like, oh yeah, actually I changed my mind about this person coming, and I changed my mind about this person coming, this and the third, and actually I'm gonna just put this person in, and actually I'm gonna put this person in. Oh, and did that person text you back? Because I'm thinking about putting this. Like, he was moving like that, and it was just basically like giving weird, because you're not the only one making decisions here. At the end of the day, we already came to an agreement and we have reasons to back up why we want these people to come and stuff like that. Why are you telling people that they're promised a spot? Why are you already added extra people to the house, like your cameraman and stuff, or your friends, and acting like, you know, they're gonna be, so they can be a part of it. It's just like, it was just too much. It was just becoming way too much, because we was never on the same page. And it was like, every time I turn around, you telling us to suck it. Like, I don't like that. So I took it upon myself to go on my notes, and I wrote this. I said, people under the age of 16 will only come the second day and must leave at an appropriate time. This means they will not have permission to stay in the house. So that's what I sent to them in the group chat, because I feel like that made a valid point. Like, I'm about to show y'all the voice message I said. And Richard said, I don't know, she said, I don't know, maybe. I said, okay, maybe why? It makes more sense. He said, no, I hear you, but it's like my efforts already told them they were staying 3 days. I don't really think that's fair. Mind you, it wasn't 3 days. When you get the Airbnb, we coming in the middle of the day, so that's a night. Then we got a full day and then a night. So 2 nights in 1 day. It's not 3 days. He's still not doing the math right. So it still didn't make sense to me why these underage kids is getting promised to stay, and they're underage. They're not allowed to be there. Like, I don't understand. I think that you're not really like trying to hear me. This is what I said. I think that you're not really like trying to hear me just responding, because realistically, like I said, I made a valid point. The people who are 16 or under the age of 18
realistically, if we need to get permission slips from their parents, I don't think it's very smart for us to let them stay the night. Like, it's just gonna cause too much issues for us. Even if we told them they could stay the night, we said we gonna need permission from your parents before we even said that they can stay the night. So that's one. And then two, it just makes more sense since people are texting us and want the opportunity. If they are of age, they should be given that opportunity simply because they can stay the night. They literally can. They're not of a priority or like you know what I'm trying to say? They're not a priority. Like, their parents aren't checking for them. They're of age. So I think you should like listen, take actual thought, and then give me a response. So you don't have to just say something back, like, because it genuinely makes sense. You can. I'm gonna wait for Nyla to respond, but it genuinely makes sense.
Yeah, I said I'm waiting for Nyla to respond because she didn't respond at the time, and he literally texted back with less than a minute over, like, taking it into consideration. That's how I knew he was just saying, like, giving me an answer. He wasn't really like listening or responding.
And realistically, we come in the afternoon because no time you can check in is in the morning at no baby. We come in the afternoon, so that's like a half a day. We get one night, one full day, another night, and then we leaving in the morning. So it's not 3 days.
It's not. I'm sorry, it really ain't 3 days. Like, I don't know. Nyla said, Maya, it's not an age. She said it's not about age. If you say that niggas can't spend the night, they gonna not want to come because it would be no point. We give them parents a document for the sign so they can spend the night. You think about it, you're thinking about it too hard. Okay, I said okay, maybe I am thinking about it too hard because, you know, here's another POV. She explained why she felt like I was thinking about it too hard or whatever the case may be and all that. So I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, yeah, but no, like, people wasn't really still hearing me because at the end of the day, anything could happen in that house. These kids are 16, 17, like, they're a teenager. What's us, like, especially if we told them they can come with weed and alcohol. Yeah, I told them not to promote that online because I don't want that to be promoted on my social media, and like not everybody is signing up for that type of content. But at the end of the day, it wasn't smart because anything could happen. Like, one for the Airbnb, they got cameras and all of that. They don't even be letting people smoke on the rooftop no more. So it's like I don't know. It just seemed like it was gonna be a lot for us. It's not like it couldn't happen. It's not like we couldn't make it happen. I just feel like we should have had eliminations. They didn't agree with me when I said eliminations because it's not that many days. But bro, if we letting underage kids come, they should come that one full day that they're gonna be there. Not the night they gotta stay the night. That one full day. So the initial people who was coming, them kids, the people who's underage coming in for that one full day, so we can have more people. It was really only like, it was 8 people altogether. We could have made that jump like 16 people and still got away with it because they wasn't all staying. Like, and I'm like, bro, if we throw a party and have everybody who came in here just throw 10 or 5s or 20s in some type of way, especially people with food and drink, we could put money in our pocket. Like, even if, like, I don't know, like, I feel like once I said that, he just started trolling me. I had to come in the house, but it was too hot. But I ended up feeling like he was trolling me because after that, he was like, yeah, took the words right out my mouth. I just said no problem because at that point, I just was like internalizing stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm going to start working on my own brand. Like, I'm going to start working on my own thing to copyright. I'm going to start working on my version of the content house. Yeah, so like they started, well, I'm not gonna say both of them started making me feel like my expectation was too high, but once I realized that I wasn't on the same page as both of them at all times, I was like, okay, maybe my expectation is too high for them and I see a vision that they don't. I didn't take it personally. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna start making my own version of the content house become a reality. Like, keep it being, we're not the first people to make a content house, so however way I want to change it or make that my reality, however way I want my version of the content house to go, it's going to go the way I want it to go because I'm going to put the time and money into it. Like, I wasn't expecting for nobody to be my business partner. After that, I was just like, okay, I'm going to do it on my own, my manager. Okay? So, yeah, I started, I'm going to put up the picture of the brand that I made for us, or the content house, like just multiple versions that I had created. And I'm gonna show y'all what Nyla put in the group chat. This was her an example of how we wanted the athletic brand to wear. I mean, athletic wear to look.
3 hours later.
One, I already know, like, everybody's gonna have an opinion, especially when we're doing business. So it's like I didn't have a problem with any disagreements. Like we can agree to disagree. Me and Nyla never had no problems with that. I feel like everything that I disagreed with or I didn't like and Richard did, he would take it very, very, very personal, and like he would hide, like he would put it in his pocket, like another way to get back at me, like, oh, or one of me, like, remember you said this to me, remember you did this to me, I'm gonna do the same thing to you, remember you did this to me, I'm gonna find a way to make you feel the same way that you made me feel. But the thing is, I was never trying to make him feel no type of way. So every time he took offense to something, he would just take offense and note it. Like he wouldn't tell me that he took offense. He wouldn't say, oh, when you did this, it made me feel some type of way. So we can never saw something that he never told me he felt some type of way about, you know what I'm saying? So it just gave, like, I don't know if he's used to like being ops with his friends. Like I told him that I'm like, some of the people that you call yourself friends ain't really your friends. Like I would set boundaries with them simply because they treated you a certain type of way. He was like, yeah, that's true, Maya, I agree. And a lot of something, I'm not gonna say nothing, but some people we hang around, he did some things to him that I wouldn't necessarily think twice about being around them, because it just shows like how they feel about you. Like somebody may say one way about how they feel about you and act another way, and that your action is going to always show how you and tell how you feel about somebody. Wait until July 12th, me and Nyla are still sending our ideas in the group chat. It's really just me and Nyla going back and forth. Richard wasn't really saying much. I think we was on FaceTime that day, so he probably said how he felt in the phone, but in the group chat it wasn't that drunk. So this day, I was asked for an ID, and it was like, okay, ask your mom for the ID. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I knew my mom was gonna say yes, but as much as I told my mom about the situation and how I felt like it wasn't gonna work, me and my mom came, because that's my manager, me and my mom told her to understand me that basically the answer was no if we wasn't gonna be on the same page, because I feel like the underage kids is gonna be a problem. Like I didn't want no cleaning fees to be on my mom. I didn't want the house to get shut down. I don't want us to get kicked out, and then they're looking at my mom for the bill. Like I just didn't want none of that. Like I'm gonna keep it a being, because I had a lot of expectations that, well, I felt like it was gonna go a certain type of way because we weren't meeting my expectations. That's what it was. So that's why I was like, okay, my mom is not gonna be the crash dummy for this to fall on, and I already know it's gonna happen like this. So boom, he just was all wrapped up in his head about the concert house, and like his as days kept going by, his head kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm just like, okay, I couldn't imagine how influence would really take a toll on bro, because with just a little bit of some type of like thought of having influence, he ran with it and literally like backdooring the people who was nice to him, the people who would speak life into him. Like, no, I don't understand that. He texted me, only time he texted me, it was saying, Maya, did that girl ever send a video? So one of the girls that texted through me to get into the concert house, like everybody was getting texts from people who wanted to come to the concert house, so we would just tell each other and put them in a call, talk to them. So we told the girl to make a video because keep it being, a lot of stuff kept getting mixed up, and people like spots kept getting mixed up because Richard was solidifying some people's spots and telling them, and some people's spots he wouldn't tell them. But like we only had a certain amount of places, so you can't tell everybody they can make it and they can't. That's basically what was happening.
I just like the vibe that I was getting from this one girl. I could just tell all things was going downhill with her. Like she wasn't coming to play. She was like, I don't know, I didn't like her attitude. That's probably really what it was. Because when we first like got to know her based off the interview, Richard already knew this person. Me and Nyla, we didn't know them. So when they first got on the call, it wasn't like, hey, how you doing? My name is, nice to meet y'all. It was like, hey, oh, and Richard, why are we acting like I actually have any competition? Like those was her words. So I was like, wait, no, let's not start off with that energy. Even if we were thinking that, let's not say that out of our mouth. Let's not be that comfortable saying something like that, because nobody's spot is solidified. That's why I said to him that everybody should feel like they could be kicked out within the first night, because we're gonna have people with that energy, not like saying it's her fault. Like, okay, we're all human. We all, have our own little ways about how we go about things. You have a slew of emotions that just came out of nowhere. Like, anybody could have had that same exact mindset or said the same thing that she said. She just so happened to prove my point. Like, okay, nobody's spot should be solidified so that we can actually get to know people for who they are and stuff like that. I don't want nobody feeling too comfortable, like feeling like they don't gotta do certain things. Like, I wanted everybody to be recording and really staying true to
expectation of the content house. You know, version of the content house. I'm gonna explain that to y'all so that y'all can understand. My version of the content house was for anybody like entrepreneurs, first time content creators, people who want to collab with more content creators, people who want to network, people who just want to put themselves out there, people who want to get their story out there, like their testimony. I was encouraging people like that to put themselves out there, to promote themselves and promote each other so that we can have something like for the youth, especially because we're from the Biddy. Like, if you know, you know, it's a lot of stuff that's getting taken down for the youth to be able to do, like show their creativity and just network, because I ain't gonna lie, the youth is also ruining stuff. But I don't know, it's just very controversial when it comes to Philly and why we do and don't have certain things. But I wanted to do that because I'm like, okay, we the youth, we can help put on the youth as the youth pour into each other, because we're the future at the end of the day. I was just like, this could be great for us. It was supposed to be positive. It wasn't just supposed to be, oh, we're doing this because we feel like doing this, okay? That's what I got out of it. I genuinely started getting motivated. So I picked that me and Richard idea of the content house were two different ways. Like, I can't really speak for him, but what I got from it is like he just wanted it to be some type of like D&D that he invited people out to. We're recording and it's just to catch vibes. I was like, okay, we can also catch a vibe, put ourselves out there, get money in our pocket, start our brand. Like, I was thinking about that. I'm like, bro, we about to go big, we about to go platinum with it. Like, why not? We watching everybody else do the same thing. Why can't we make our own version of that and put each other on? Like, I want to see all my people eat regardless.
Just an example of how I feel like he wasn't really moving like a business partner. So after he asked me, did the girl send a video, I sent the screenshot of our messages, and he sent this emoji. And then I said, but didn't y'all agree already that who was coming? Because I already figured, like, the thing that we all agreed on wasn't, like, the last conversation we had, that wasn't solidifying who and who wasn't coming. Like, I'm gonna show y'all, it was a screenshot of who was coming, and then I'm gonna show y'all I'm gonna just let y'all, I'm gonna just keep reading. But the screenshot of who was coming ended up not being everybody who was coming. Long story short, like, it just kept changing. The plans kept changing. It's the point I'm trying to make. He said, don't worry, I got a plan for her. I said, I'm curious, business partner, what's your plan? I'm being a little sarcastic because at the end of the day, I'm tired of reiterating that we're business partners and we got to communicate. Like, you can't just say, I got a plan and I'm going to just trust you, because that's just not how business works, okay? Anyways, so he's like, hold on, I'm still thinking. I said, right. But doesn't it just show his character, y'all? Like, that just shows the pettiness, the level of pettiness that I'm actually working with. It's like, bro, why are you making it seem like I'm your enemy? I'm not your enemy, bro. I'm not your enemy.
You don't have to imply like I'm your enemy. My lashes literally cooking me. Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's because of the eyeliner. I could like make that look a little darker and stuff. But whatever. I was just like, okay, as y'all can see, this is the type of personality or archetype I'm dealing with. Bro literally gonna say, hold on, I'm still thinking. Like, he's just going back and forth with me. It was just giving weird. So he's like, did she send you the video? And I sent it. He said, yeah, F what I said earlier. She's most definitely coming. So that just points to show, like, he feels like he's the hierarchy. He's the one making all the decisions. He's picking and choosing who's coming, and we still got to put our money in it. We still got to make sacrifices. Like, me and Lila was supposed to be the ones cooking and stuff like that for everybody, because, you know, boys don't think about who's eating. When we mentioned, like, when I showed y'all the list that we was talking about when in terms of food, he was like, oh yeah, we just get some noodles, they put the food in the microwave, this and the third. Like, no, we're not getting people sandwiches, we're not getting people microwavable food. It's just not gonna happen. I'm just like, bro, we're gonna get clowned if we do so. Like, yeah, we can do all this, we are very capable of doing all of this, but the backlash that we're gonna get, the type of child, I just was looking bigger. I was shooting for the stars, and I feel like bro was only shooting wherever he can get. Like, I was shooting for the stars and beyond. Like, bro wasn't really shooting to the extent that I was. I wanted to make this like professional, really big, very nice. Like, I really was looking for something like a pool. So I'm like, we can have a pool and stuff. Like, I really wanted to like take that. I wanted to really, like, you know what I'm saying?
But no, it was Richard had other plans, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, so Nyla had asked me on July 15th. She was like, Maya, are you gonna go live for announcement on TikTok for announcements, or just me? I told her, or she said, or do you want to go live on Twitch, or which one do you want to do? Basically, I was like, I prefer TikTok, because at the time I didn't like set up my Twitch and stuff like that, and I had my own reasons why I just didn't go live on Twitch yet. So I'm like, okay, TikTok, I just got the opportunity to go live on TikTok because I turned 18 or whatever. So I'm like, okay, bet I might as well just go live on TikTok, because, you know what I'm saying, I still got views and follows on there, and people who actually know me, who want support. This is like the cherry on top. This was the cherry on top for me, I'm not gonna lie.
All linking, but never mind. Rich just said, do it on mine because I got more followers. This literally didn't make no sense to me. Like, okay, I understand. No, I just don't understand. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't make no sense to me because it was like, okay, just because she has more followers than me on TikTok doesn't necessarily mean she's gonna accumulate more views. Like, y'all know how live work. People join and leave like this. So, and then as you're scrolling on your For You page, you can see somebody's slide that you don't follow, and you just press on it, and you might stay for a little bit, and you still might leave. That doesn't mean that you're gonna accumulate and it's gonna like solidify a certain amount of viewers. Like, it's a live, it's not a YouTube, it's not a video. It's not gonna, okay, like, y'all understand what I'm trying to say? So I'm just like, okay, bro, like, this is getting strange at this point. There's no way we can act like it ain't what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I sent. Oh, wait. I think I didn't respond because it says July 16th. I sent a voice message. I just waited. I slept on it because I think this message, she sent that message at 10:15 p.m. So yeah, I went to sleep on it. That's what I said.
I think it's becoming pointless for me to be involved. So I'm going to kindly excuse myself out of the situation. I'm going to take myself off of the pages and stuff because I think I just should do it by myself. I don't know. I don't feel like communicating with each other anymore. I think you guys are just communicating between each other. You guys know what's the plan and what y'all want to happen. So I think you guys can do really good at what y'all got going on. And I wish positivity. I wish all good things for y'all. So
That was wholeheartedly genuine. I just was so sick and tired of like extending my full extent, my arm, my passion for what I had planned for us was for us to all eat. You know what I'm saying? Everything I had planned. Okay, maybe it's just because like who I am and how I see things. I might just be that. Like, you know how some people are perfectionists at what they're perfectionists at? That's just how I was when it came to this. I wanted to perfect everything, every part, every aspect, every detail about it. And I just got really discouraged when people weren't seeing it the way I was seeing it. So, like, that might just be a me thing. But I just like, okay, instead of having animosity towards you guys, instead of, like, not putting in my all, instead of not being excited for this no more, I'm just going to step out of it and support y'all from where I was. Because I was already supporting y'all regardless. It's just like I had ideas. I thought we can come to agreement on certain ideas. It just didn't work out like that. Like, things didn't go as planned for me. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to like not stress myself out about it no more because I genuinely, like, my heart was getting heavy about it. And I'm like, I'm going to God about it. I'm like, God, what do y'all think? Like, God, what do you think? You think I should just not do it? Like, this is a bad idea? Like, if I do stay tonight, am I going to regret it? Like, am I going to get clipped for something that's going to ruin my life? Like, I'm just like, okay, God, this is not really giving like a good idea anymore. So like I just stick to my gut and I just said, okay, I'm out.
This is Richard words at 10:52 a.m. That same day that I sent the message. He said, well, Maya, I'm sorry for ever making you feel that way. I don't believe it. I feel like it's a bunch of baloney because he just sent that in a message. He didn't call me. He didn't like this. I'm supposed to be like, I know Richard more than I knew Nyla at the time. I met him through her. Yeah, we all went to the same school, but I didn't like meet her or know her at the time. Like, we had a few conversations on the phone, and yeah, like, that's basically it. So, friend to friend, you should check up on your homie. Make sure, like, if you really wanted her to be there or him or she to be there or be a part of something, you're gonna call them and try to figure out why they changed their mind. Try to reiterate that you wasn't trying to make them feel no type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you would do if that was your intention. If that was genuine, like, genuinely what was happening. He said, but I just want to let you know that the house won't be the same without you, but I respect your decision now. So, I was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, it's unfortunate because at the end of the day, I wasn't feeling it. I just felt like he was lying. I was like, yeah, I already know the point is that my presence will be missed and it's not going to be the same without me. I understand that already because I already have certain standards and expectations for the content house. Like, I can't speak for nobody else but myself.
Baby, majority of, not all of it was just content. I genuinely was there for the youth also, but I wasn't trying to just make it no kickback. I was trying to make it something like inspirational. I was trying to make it something that nobody ever seen before, and I was like, we gonna turn it up. As much out that we got for content, we gonna have endless amount of clips, endless. I seen big for us. I did, but I still do. I'm not saying I don't. I still see big. It's just things happen specifically the way they were supposed to because God is very intentional. But yeah, we're gonna keep going.
But yeah, after that though, like after that day, I don't know. I think Nyla kept keeping up with me. I'm gonna go to the messages. Yeah, so that same day, Nyla texted me. She said, "Are we still doing the Content House brand?" Cause Nyla didn't drop out when I dropped out. I told her that they can keep the brand because I already made the brand based off amongst 3 people, so it didn't hurt me for them to take the brand because I already had my own brand at that point. So I was like, yeah, I made that for y'all. It really wasn't for just me. It was for everybody. I wasn't just thinking about me. She was like, she was gonna give me the credit in it because I'm like, she's genuine. She don't necessarily feel like it was right for it to go the way it went, the way I just dropped out of it, because it was like, okay, I did put my time, effort, and I was passionate about it. Still am passionate about it. It's just like I'm not going to do something how I know I'm going to eat dirt for. I'm not going to keep going and like be sad when it don't go the way I thought it was, because I already knew it wasn't. So I just like let myself go, like I said.
So July 19th, Nyla texted me. She said, bro, I see what the F you talking about with Richard. Like, he's overly frying me. It's three other hosts, and I'm the only effing girl. And just because the boys agreed, it's F what I say. What type of guy do you see that we working with? Like, I'm saying, it's like, I don't know, okay, now, I understand the term bros before hoes, but we literally are, quite frankly, his guys. We're his homies, regardless if we are girls or not. So, I don't understand, like I said, it's a pattern with him. I always have to tell him, like, you always put in people who don't put you first, and then people who put you first, you put them last. Like, that's how I explained it to him. And he's like, oh, yes, I'm working on that. That's not my intention. This and third. And once again, quite frankly, he does it again. Like, I feel like he couldn't wait for me to get out of the situation so that it could just go the way he wanted it to go from then, now and then.
And I wasn't feeling it. But after a while, I'm like, bro, I'm not holding on to this expectation. And we losing the plot. Like, I'm not.
But I told her, I said, I couldn't wait for her to peep. And I said, let me know what you do, because I'm always going to support. That's all I said. I'm not a gossiper. I don't necessarily care to talk smack about him. I told you so. Like, I don't really care that much. The point is like, when people learn lessons for their good, that's all I care about. It doesn't have nothing to do about seeing you fall, or couldn't wait to be the one that was right, couldn't wait to see you be salty. Like, that's not my character. I'm too old for that, and I really don't care that much. But, yeah, she started explaining to me about, I'm gonna just read it. It says, yes, bro, I'm over it. Basically, it was supposed to be 4 boys and 4 girls. Like I said, it was 8 people altogether. And it said no extra boys or girls. Then he decided to add this one girl, add another girl. And I'm just like, for what? We already got 4 girls. Oh, basically her friend went to get added. And Nyla's like, for what? That's gonna be 5 girls. Well, basically, they already had 5 girls. And if there's another girl, then it's gonna be 6 girls. It was gonna throw the proportions off, right? So then, mind you, these girls are probably underage. And she said basically it's 4 boys against 1. So basically, just as quick as I left, he invited 4 new boys to be the host, plus Nyla. So whatever they say, it goes against her because it's 4 against 1. That's not how business works. If everybody's incorporating their money, you gotta keep changing and compromising until y'all come to an agreement. It's not, okay, let's take a toast. Like, that's not the type of brand. We're not locked in like that. They don't have no contract together, so that's not necessarily how things are gonna work. Yes, I have one earring in and not the other. Don't worry about it. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, bro, the way he's doing this is so strange, and like, what is up with her? Like, I'm not feeling it. So then after that, she says, then I said, all right, bro, because I'm not about to argue with them. And then they added the friend. Then he gonna call me and say, what's the name, want to join? Oh my gosh, I'm not saying these boys' names. I mean these people's names, but another boy wants to join. The same boy who he told, okay, y'all, so it was this one, hold up, y'all. So I'm going to give some context. So as many times as he changed who and who wasn't coming, one of them boys who I wanted to come, he's going to tell me, when I was a part of it, he's going to tell me they're not coming because I don't want them to come anymore, or I just changed my mind, this and the third. And I feel like he was only doing that because I was showing a liking to this person. But mind you, I was literally trolling. Like, no, you got to scope the scenery out first. But it really, like, I feel like he was taking it personal to the point where he was like, oh yeah, this person not coming no more. So the fact that when I leave, he want to invite the person back just showed like I was right. He was doing it to be spiteful. She said, for what? You letting people getting too much leeway, right? He kept letting people get this much leeway over him because he keep promising people spots, and they never was justified that spot. Like, just because, okay, yeah, I said out my mouth that you can get it, but mind you, I'm a woman of my word. Why are you telling people that they can do something without having no real proof that they can or cannot? Like, I don't know. It didn't make no sense. She said, basically, he only told them yes because the girl and the boy is stressing him out. And she feel like, Nyla feels like everything she's saying is going in one ear and out the other. Y'all, I told y'all I was feeling the same way. And I don't want to back out because I'm the one who made the idea. See, she made the idea, so she doesn't want to back out of it. We all felt in our chest like he was just trying to get us to quit so he can take our ideas, y'all. That's basically what he was trying to do. I'm like, what's on my teeth? She's on her last string. She about to just say, F it, y'all can do it yourselves. Then she says, then he's saying he gonna find out where everyone gonna sleep, like we got a new B&B and then it's more than 13 guests. We going to get kicked out because it's bad enough that they put that we put 2 guests will only be coming, and it's 13. That's drawing. That is drawing. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If you gonna come on them, it just wasn't making no sense. Yo, my ex is cooking me. It just wasn't smart. It wasn't smart. He didn't get it, and it was making me mad. That's what she said. Literally 14 people in total coming. Now, that's not the part of the plan at all. That's what she said. And she said, exactly, like, bro wasn't sticking to the plan. I know I wasn't tripping. Like, bro wasn't sticking to the plan. She said, then he talking to the guests saying, oh, is this B&B okay? Like, bro, they not paying for that's what she said. Whatever B&B we get, just gonna be happy. Like, why are you talking to them about B&B instead of coming to me first? He literally said to me second. That's not how it go. Exactly. And we're supposed to be business partners. Why would you be relaying to me the idea that you already planned or telling people about who's supposed to be coming? These are guests, not your business partner. At the end of the day, they're not supposed to know. It's like the same. You never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing, or whatever. Your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Regardless, why is you telling them what you're gonna do so that when you can't do it, it's just like that's stupid. Why would you? What are you getting out of that? So this is what I said.
Bro, I had a feeling it was gonna go like this. Like, I really did not want to like call out, but I'm like, I didn't want to keep like being the Debbie Downer of the whole situation, because I really have a good feeling about this. Like, this is a good idea, and yeah, people definitely gonna want to come to the next one that we do. He is the one who's making everything unprofessional and like remedial. Like, it doesn't make no sense. Like you said, if y'all said a set plan, who coming? That is it. Y'all gonna get kicked out if more people come and stay the night, and especially if they're underage. Like, that was why I was so scared about all these underage kids. Now he's about to invite more underage kids, and like he's just trying to make it a freak off. It's not gonna be a freak off. It's only one full day that we're gonna be there, and like 2 nights. It doesn't make no freaking sense for him to be doing it like that. Like, please let me know what you wanna do. Like, if you wanna add me to a group chat, type of conversation with him. If you just wanna like get an Airbnb between us and say F him, and then like tell the guests or something like that, I don't know, the boys can go with him. I really don't care, because I feel like people who actually see the vision will understand. He keeps trying to make this shit unprofessional and weird between the hosts. That's stupid. And how these boys become hosts if they're not putting up no money? It doesn't make no sense.
Well,
Bro,
I didn't have no proof that the boys wasn't putting up no money. Like, initially, I was just like thinking like, well, how that make no? It didn't make no sense. Well, the plan was for the boys to put up money, whatever the case may be. I wasn't pooping on their situation. I just feel like it was so fast. Like, it was mad fast. I mean, I got into the concert house hosting really fast just by talking about money, talking about putting in money. So I understand, but at the same time, I didn't necessarily understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? So after I said all of that, it's like I felt like it was gonna be a freak off, because this is my math. When I started talking about putting money in our pockets, he started getting like frustrated, like, oh no, that's not the plan. Is we're not trying to like make no money. So I'm like, well, what's your intention on doing this for? You? Who out in their right mind is going to work for their money and supply somebody else's vacation for fun? For just regular old fun. Who's going to do that unless you think you're getting something out of it? That's why I was like, bro, and it just didn't make no sense why all these young girls is coming and stuff like that, and all these young girls that's coming, you know. So it's just like, yeah, no, nobody's stupid. Like, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. So let me scroll back up. That was July 16th that she said all that. That's the conversation that me and her was having. I was like, okay, maybe we could just get our own Airbnb. And for the people who saw the vision, like, it was some people who had more of, like, had the same vision that me and Nyla had. And it was some people who just didn't. Like, you know, just was going just to be on camera and just to, like, say they was there, basically. Like, we peeped that already. But we was trying to get as many people who had that mindset and just want to be there to not come. But after a while, like, Richard started losing a plot, so he just started inviting people who wasn't really like that serious about content. Like, we were supposed to be promoting the concert house constantly, daily, making at least 2 to 3 videos about the concert house, so that we can be and stay consistent on our own pages and on the concert house account. Just like how we told the people who wanted to be on the show or the concert house page, or be a part of it, we told them to be just as consistent as we were. So it was a little contradicting when they saw stuff start falling apart between us. Who would want to keep, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, keeping it just would be discouraging. Nobody would want to do that. So I just kept getting discouraged. I just kept feeling like this is stupid. I'm just like, bro, I'm putting all my energy and time into this, and it's an imposter underneath my nose, and it's really cooking me. I'm getting upset about it. She said, right, he keep letting everyone walk all over him, and it's blowing me. I told this N-word, this not gonna work. This not Love Island. It's the fact that he cares about what guest is saying. They not putting no money, bro. And the cameraman said they gonna put up money. That's why Rich added them as hosts. Something I didn't know until the next day, which is yesterday. Wow. So he just keep doing stuff without telling her. And she said, yes, bro. And he be in the group chat for days talking about he getting to know the people. And I'm trying to... yo. And she said, I'm trying to talk about the B&B and where everybody's gonna sleep, and he's saying hold up, the group chat calling, like it's unprofessional. He said, I will for sure do something with you because like I said, we have the same mindset and ideas. So yeah, that's the only, like I really only cared about the benefit of me and Nyla after that, because every time I try to care about him as well, it's like I wasn't getting that same energy. It wasn't reciprocated. So I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna kiss bro, but like I still want the best for him because that's just my heart. But if you don't want to see the best for me, like I'm gonna fall back. It is what it is. Like, oh well. She said, so I'm gonna let you know I might still do the content house and do something with you when I come back down to Philly. I said, let me know if you want me to still come to the content house. I'll still put up money in it. I'll probably only come 2 days though. Rich don't gotta know, cause I'm like, the money's gonna go in her pockets, like so that we can benefit from it in the content house. So however the money was gonna be, it was gonna have nothing to do with Richard. Like I was always gonna make sure I had money if I was gonna be involved at the end of the day. But if she was gonna do it, I was gonna come because he's not necessarily just the host anymore. Like I can come regardless if I'm the host or not because the host said so. Period. So he was like, when he found that out, well basically he found out that it was gonna be either me and Nyla was gonna do our own little thing and he wasn't gonna know nothing about it because he went through her phone. That's what I heard. He went through her phone and I got added to a group chat and yeah, we started talking about it, and he started making it seem like, you know, I'm a back door or whatever case. Then Nyla gave it away because she said that she told him that Maya was putting up cheese. He like, Maya? She's like, Maya, my friend. Like, she's older than me. Like, she didn't necessarily say it's the same Maya, but I feel like he already knew. And then she said, yeah, she basically said that I was putting up some cheese and that, like, I'm older and whatever case may be. But I feel like he caught on because the next day, I don't know if it's the next day. No, it wasn't. It was July 22nd. She said, Maya, Richard still being weird. I think you should talk to him and get to the group chat call. I said, yeah, add me. She said, bro, he went through my phone and told me to do that, John. I got caught up. So, we was on FaceTime talking. The voice messages or the conversation, the text messages that we had with each other, he basically had a screen recording of, and he felt like he caught me talking about him or whatever it may be, or like he caught me being weird or oppy. Like, I know he ran with that. Like, as y'all know, he's sitting on the group chat FaceTime with everybody who was supposed to be coming to the content house. So, of course, he's like diminishing my character, like, or like, yeah, diminishing, I think that's the right word. He's like bashing my character regardless. He's telling them all these lies about me carrying this persona. Like, they're not a part of it. They're not supposed to be part of none of it. At the end of the day, I don't even know how they got involved. Well, they got involved because of him. He involved them. So it's just like, it gives such oppy vibe because now people are going to look at me weird because I dropped out of the thing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't bash him or nothing. I didn't necessarily have much to say about the situation because I wasn't trying to like, I just knew how it would look if I just started talking about him, like, my fault, I'm on the edge. If I just started talking about him or talking about the situation before the content house actually went out, like, played out, because it's going to seem like I was hating on him if it doesn't go well, or it's going to seem like I was hating on him if it does go well. The point is, I'm just doing this to clear up my name and tell y'all the rest of the story, because the messenger, I'm pretty sure he didn't tell y'all the story, and y'all hearing one side of the story anyway, so just like, it's always two sides of the story, y'all, like, always. So don't ever be too close-minded on anything, no matter if you heard what, I don't know. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. And I told her, after I had a conversation with him, and like I peeped that, like he wasn't really trying to hear me out. Like I told him how he made me feel when he said and did certain things. I told him my intention, and like I still have hope for them. I told him everything I just told y'all, and he still was like, oh yeah, cool, whatever. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it up, and put the clip up, like yeah. But he's not listening at all. She said, for sure, I can agree with what you... Oh, no, I said, I'm not mad at you. Nothing I say is going to ever make him consider someone's feelings other than his. I'm always going to have a girl's back, though. Like, that's genuinely how I felt. I felt like I wasted my time talking to him because I did. And she said, for sure, I can agree with what you were saying, though. It came from the kindness of my heart because you care about Bull, and he just not appreciating that, and he's going to come to a realization that I told him Maya was right about everything, no shade. Not trying to be right about everything. That was not my intention. I don't get no cool points for being the one that's always right or being the one that was right this time. Like, I don't care about that. The point is that, unfortunately, I was right no matter if you liked it or not. Like, you could have been right if you saw it in a different perspective. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about changing your perspective and considering that that could be likely or that could be the truth. Like, I don't understand. That's what maturing comes in. You know what I'm saying? I said, he gonna see. That's why his homies was laughing. They was playing in his face. I said he got to think about things in the business mindset. His homies was most certainly laughing. He had me in a group chat with the new host and Nyla, and he was like, oh yeah, listen to this voice message. He was like, hold on, I'll let you talk, listen to the voice message. So with that being said, it's like he was talking to a camera. He was not necessarily talking to me. He's like, with that being said, when you said this, I don't believe that because this, that, third, and keep playing the clip. And when you say this, hold on, I'm talking, I'm like, okay, let me let you have your moment. Somebody put the camera up, make sure you get his good angles, because at the end of the day, I'm not having a conversation with this person. This person's having a conversation with a camera and whoever else he thinks is watching. Like, that's what it was getting. So, yeah. I just was like, okay, what's the time? What's everything else? She said, I'm already knowing. I feel like his homies was laughing because they know this is true. Yeah, for sure. I told him that sometimes I just gotta be over it, done arguing with bull sometimes. Yeah, keep it being, you just gotta not argue with him. Like, there's no point to argue with her because it's pointless. Like, literally, one ear out the other, he's not listening. So, July 24th, it says, Maya, I'm not going to B&B no more. As you can know, my girl is fed up, okay? It didn't take long for her to realize that he's a weirdo. All he's going to try to do is sabotage you, take your ideas, and say, when you turn around. Like, it's not given. She's basically talking about we're going to do the clothing brand and we're going to do something next summer. And I said, wait, what happened? I'm just being messy. I want to know what happened. She said, just family problems. Wasn't able to go, unfortunately. And I think it's a sign for me to stay and do it next year. And then she texted me at July 28th. She said, Maya, but don't be saying about the phone joint. He don't know I told you. Oh yeah, she texted me and then she had called me and she was basically saying like she about to change, she about to delete everything on the content house, take him off and just put us up there and tell them that it's a story time upcoming because he just keep talking about us. Like he keeps saying negative things. It's not like we're going out on social media talking about him. It's not like we got people who are gonna rally up on a group chat to hear about him. Like that's not what's happening. So child, he was really arguing and beefing with himself and everybody who was sitting back to listen was like, either they're like, okay, he's a hater, or they're like, eating it all up. Because I'm like, I don't understand. It's like, if you don't hear somebody else's side of the story, why are you going to bung with it? It just, immaturity. I can understand why underage kids would do so because they're underage. Like, they don't have that much experience to realize, okay, this is a manipulation tactic, and this is a manipulation tactic from someone we would call a hater, okay? But, whatever. August 3rd, she sends me a screenshot of Richard, and this is supposed to be his content house brand, the one that me and Nyla created. I'm going to put a screenshot up. And she sent it to me. She said, Maya, why are you making it seem like he made the clothing brand? Can't wait to expose his A, bro. She said, or maybe I'm tripping. I said, it's okay. He got to copyright it before it's his. He's lame. Pay him no mind. But that just shows that his intent was to steal our idea, steal our ambition, and make us quit. So he can seem like the mastermind behind all of it at the end of the day. Like, okay, he did a good job at what he was doing, try to imply or to make it seem like it was something that it was not. But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. All we had to do was put the information out there. When we take the time to put it out there and make the video, post it. Stop playing. Like, at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. God don't look ugly. And keep it in. I was incorporating God in this. I know my sister in Christ was incorporating God in this also. Bro was a fake. Bro was a phony. And he was using his own selfishness to grow in the situation, to thrive in the situation. Still he rise, I guess. Still he rise, I guess. Because at the end of the day, like, you only was trying to make sure that you benefit out of it. And if we not trying to make sure you're the only one who's benefiting out of it, it's F us. And that's not how friendships go. That's not how business partners work. It's like, how do you expect to actually thrive in this business stuff, in this content creation stuff, if you can't network with your friends? Now, imagine networking with strangers and actually incorporating something other than that. I don't understand. It's like, how are you going to do that if you can't do the bare minimum, which is be fair, which is be realistic, which is be optimistic, which is compromise? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Oh, y'all, hold on. The day comes when the content house has arrived, and I think it was the beginning of this week, like Tuesday. That's when the content house happened. And me and Nyla is texting about it as we like spectating the situation because everything that we expected to happen happened, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was a little bit funny because the face of the feet, like, I can put it up here. The face of the feet is like, it's like a I told you so situation. I hate to be that person, but sometimes it does feel good. So I ain't gonna lie, we've been a little messy when we put on our notes, hate to say I told you so. But he shot right back at us like okay, and if you said so, it did what? Da-da-da. But I don't know, I didn't take a screenshot. He said, F all that, we're gonna run his back, something like that. Basically, like, he took it to the chin. Like, he didn't take it to the chin. He took it very personal. Like, we're, quite frankly, literally his ops at this point. So, basically, what had happened was, one person that I seen was streaming on Twitch, and that whole stream, if I clip it up a little bit, I'm gonna just show y'all like little clips of what was going on, because it wasn't really much going on, because they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't determine if they were gonna be staying or not staying, because basically the person who owns
right here, we about to explain what happened, gang, because I know a lot of y'all confused right now. You heard, so nigga talk.
My bad. So listen, everybody's probably wondering like, whoa, we're heading to the concert house clips and all that. Vaughn viewers, J viewers, everybody who really was promised to come in, they was probably wondering like, yo, what happened to the concert house? So we ain't got kicked out of Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Because there was too many people in there, but don't trip. We got us a new one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop the dates on my story today on when we gonna be doing it again. So stay tuned in for that. And for real, we about that for real. Like I said, if y'all still with us, if y'all still with us to this day, like we still appreciate you and love y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least we made it happen. Day one was successful. I ain't gonna lie, it was a great day one, but we got some technical difficulties.
New day one coming up.
Yeah, bro. New board, bro.
New members too.
Yeah, everyone some new cast and all that, but we gonna let y'all know. But other than that, see you on the next one.
The house or whatever was texting Richard's aunt and letting them know that they're most likely going to get kicked out because there's too many people there. So, and then they got to the Airbnb late. More people was late than there needed to be. So everybody was waiting around for the people who was late, and they basically just wasted each other's time. The most they did was like a few TikToks and just sat around talking and smoking. I think like I wasn't watching that much. I kind of sped through, but it was like a full hour of stalling. So I was like, damn, like even with that little bit of time they had, they could have made something of what it was. But like, I don't know, like the host wasn't hosting, so I don't blame the guests that was there if the host wasn't hosting. He kind of was just like, I don't know, filling in the blank, staring into the space. Like, I don't know. It was a lot of those situations. But honestly, I didn't like seeing him like that. It really didn't make me happy to see him, like, defeated like that. Because bro definitely looked defeated. He's like, I don't know what to do. But at the same time, it brought a little bit of joy to me because it's like, you can't do people wrong and expect things to go good for you. At the end of the day, there's no way that you can say that your intention wasn't for me to, like, eat dirt. Or for me to, like, I don't know. Why would you do that to someone who you consider your friend? It just doesn't give like you had my best interest from the jump. Because if you did, you would have made sure that I was involved in the content creation house some way. Because like how you doing your homies, you making your homies cameramen, and they don't do nothing with cameras. They're not photographers or nothing. But you're putting them on. But someone who actually is interested in the same thing you're interested in, like streaming. Well, he wasn't interested in streaming because he's a YouTuber. When I was like, yo, bro, we should motivate each other to get into streamer university. He's like, I'm not a streamer. I was like, well, okay, I didn't know that YouTubers don't stream. I thought YouTubers do all that on all different type of platforms. Whether they do TikTok, like you can't say I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm not a TikToker. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm not an Instagrammer. Like it doesn't make sense. All those streaming or all those social medias work together. So I don't know. Then later, after the content creation house was about to come up, he's like, y'all, should I start streaming? He gonna show somebody telling him that he should start streaming, and he gonna make his streaming account. Like I'm like, bro, I guess it all just matters on who you want validation from, who you genuinely receive validation from or care to receive it from. Because your best man was like, okay, let's motivate each other, or I thought I was his best man because I actually speak life into him. I was like, oh yeah, your homie was like, okay, let's pour life into each other and let's motivate each other to do this to reach our goal. It was like, oh no, you can do that because I don't really like doing that. It's not my thing. That's what it gave. It was like, okay, I'll just do it myself. Now all of a sudden you're streaming, which okay, boom, yay, finally you see the vision. And then after that, it's just like, I don't know, like everything he did since is like, bro, a direct shot to me and Nyla, but really towards me because I've heard some phony things he's been saying about me to people who don't know me. It's like, bro, like gossip is real. I see why God doesn't like gossip at all because it actually does hurt the person. Like, believe it or not, it does hurt the person because I kind of felt it in my spirit that I was getting bashed, but I'm just like, by who? Like anyway, you know when your eye twitch and you can tell somebody talking about you, but I'm just like, I felt like I was getting bashed by people. But yeah, y'all, I think that's wrapping up the joint right now. I just saw a clip of the content house going good, so congratulations, y'all. Like I'm very, 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 very proud of the people who went there with the opportunity to fulfill it. I wish that Richard matures. Like for those, okay, first of all, shout out to Nyla. Go follow her on all social media, all platforms. Shout out to Richard. Go follow him on all social media, all platforms. I only ask of y'all to hold bro accountable. Hold bro accountable. If y'all gonna support him, please hold him accountable and teach him and tell him that what he did was not thorough, was not cool. But I'm not demonizing him. I'm not making it seem like, you know, he's a horrible person. I just feel like he got some characteristics to, like, better ones to develop, some more, like, better characteristics to develop. Like, he could be a better friend. He could be, everybody could do better. I just feel like he could be better in, like, how he treat people and, like, how he think about considering people's feelings and stuff like that. But, yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this video. It might be a collage with my girl Nyla. Like, she gonna edit it. I'm gonna edit it how I edit it. She gonna edit it how she edited it and stuff like that. But, yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to, the future, shout out to, oh shoot, what's that? Shout out to the future content house coming up. We want to do content house Biddy 2027. So yeah, me and Nyla, we're working on a project.
Yeah, you guys, I'm really excited. I hope you guys are also excited. Stay tuned for everything else that I do. Let me know if y'all really enjoyed this YouTube video. Let me know if I should do more story times, because I got a few under my belt. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm 18, I got some stories to tell. So let me know if y'all want to know. And yeah, so appreciate y'all. Love you all. Bye.